Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about commitment and what I believe commitment is and what happens with the lack of commitment. And the commitment, it follows, it covers a lot. I have commitments with friends. I have commitment with family. And then, I don't know if everybody's like me, but I say, I was in the Marines and I gave my oath. And that gave me a commitment to my country. Now, my wife, when we got married, I told my wife, don't make me make a decision between my family and my country. A commitment is a big thing. And that's one reason why I get so upset when I see our elected officials do stupid things, and if they're not being stupid, they're corrupt, and they're not being impeached or shot for treason. Because they made an oath to us, we the people. And that oath was a commitment. And like I say, so I'm going to be talking about all kinds of commitment. But anyway, we'll just start with the political and our country. Like I say, I told my wife, don't make a decision. Because like I say, I understand the importance of the Constitution and what it takes to be a great nation. I know. And does that mean I have to put that ahead of my family? There are times, yes. In the movie The Patriot, Mel Gibson had a problem with leaving his family in danger for his country. That's the same thing that I've been struggling with ever since I was in the Marines. And then, so it's a hard decision to make. And that's another reason why I'm a big believer, or I don't believe in equal rights. Man's a man, woman's a woman. Because I don't know and understand how a woman can make that commitment. Because the woman is more nurturing than a man. I made a video talking about how women are more emotional and men are more logical. There's a reason for that. They work together. That's what makes it work so good. All right. So, because there's times you have to make that decision. And like I say, I'm talking about this because I can see the United States has got dreadful, dreadful problems. Political problems. The political leadership has lost control. well, not lost control, they promote violence. Especially the present administration does not stand behind its military and police, and it promotes rioting. It promotes the division of the country, and so he's making military and police and a lot of people make decisions such as what I'm talking about, the commitment part. And that's why I say, like New Orleans, when New Orleans had Katrina, the hurricane down there, most of the police force didn't show up. They went to their families. Is it right? Is it wrong? I can't tell you. That's what commitment's all about. For me, it's an individual thing, your commitment. That's why you got to watch out on how many commitments you make and who you make these commitments to. And because there's times, and like I say, the United States is coming to those times now. This commitment, remember, and that's what's good about the United States and the commitment, the oath we took. That commitment was to the Constitution, not to some kind of dictator or leader. The whole goal of government and government officials is to go by the Constitution. Matter of fact, the people in power, I'm talking about police and military, they've got an obligation. If the leadership, now I'm not talking about just administration, I know a lot of y'all are all bent out because of the administration, and it's not just the administration. I mean, we're talking about senators and representatives. There's a lot of people. They have the military, they swore the oath. One of their obligations is to make sure when the corruption and the evilness comes out of the bad leadership, one of their responsibilities and commitments is to the treason part. Not so much the impeachment. That's the ones that took the other oath, or took the oath, that are in office. They have an obligation to impeach those that are not standing behind the Constitution. And if they don't, that makes them one of those that are not standing behind the Constitution. And eventually it gets back down to the military. That's why you see so many military generals and stuff like that been either retired or drummed out of office. They know their responsibilities. And just like the three-man militia, we can't do it by ourselves. We look to the sides, to each side of us, and we ask them, is what we see incorrect, and do we have to do something about it? But that's what the generals were doing. That's why the generals were asked to retire. We lost a lot of good generals. I think, personally, they were getting themselves in position to take care of their commitments. That's why they were thrown out of office. And, off of duty. They got out of their duty. Because, just like the three-man militia, they can't do it by themselves. That's not a constitutional duty. That's why even the Constitution talks about the militia. We're supposed to work together. Why? Not one person is taking that responsibility. A group takes that responsibility. I talk about the three-man militia, the camp manager. The people running your militia. It's not one person. It's called a dictator. It's not a one-person thing. Even the communists, or in communist China, they even have a communist committee. They don't have one person that makes it. They'll have one head that looks, he's the head, but it's the committee is what makes the decisions. Thing is, all of them are corrupt too. Now, that's why back to the three-man militia. It's three-man militia and the camp manager. If you don't like the way the camp is being run, then you can be the fourth or the fifth. And then when you get in there, you can voice your opinion on what's going on, because they're all working together. And like I say, people can come in and out. So you might be there for a week or 2 weeks and get tired of it and move on out. That's good. But like I say, the commitment to our nation is a tough one. And there's people that you don't have to be an elected official or in the military or police to take that oath. Matter of fact, you don't even have to be an American citizen.